Hey, what's up, guys? This is Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews. And today we will be taking a look at the monster, the ogre himself, Yujiro Hanma. I couldn't wait to get this figure delivered. I don't know how many people were actually able to get their hands on him because he sold out. If you didn't get a pre-order in, I don't think that it ever actually posted on, at least not on BBTS. And I have had him sitting in my pile of loot for probably a couple of months, so I've had him for a while. So it's, again, your boy's here with the late review, but a review nonetheless. So anyway, yeah, let's get this dude out the way. We'll take a quick look at the box. Yep, it's a pretty standard Storm Collectibles box. We got some of the poses here on the back. Nice picture of him from the anime on the side. Another nice picture there in the front. Son of the ogre, Baki Hanma. Obviously, you know this was from Grappler Baki. He is his dad. I will just say ahead of time before we get to accessories, I wish they would have put this face in the box or as an accessory, but unfortunately they didn't. But the faces are good. But anyway, that's it for the box. Let's get a look at the figure. Oh boy, I did not realize how ashy I was. Well, we're just gonna go with it because it's already here. Yeah, this dude looks freaking amazing. You can see the freaking striations everywhere on this guy. Every freaking where. Look at him. The musculature is absolutely unrealistic, but that's how he was in the anime. He had muscles on muscles on muscles. There's a nice amount of shading all over his chest. We have some here on the ribs. We have some here on his arms. It's very subtle. My camera might not be able to pick it up, but trust me, there is like a shading, like a pinkish reddish. It's supposed to be like a skin tone type of shading. You can kind of see it here all throughout the muscles, mostly in like the crevices of the muscles. You can see it on the back, very, very nicely done. Here on the hamstrings. I mean, he has the dude. It has to be 1% body fat. Let's be honest. And then, of course, the demon back. The freaking demon back looks awesome. It looks so good. Look at that. You can really see the shading here on the demon back. His back has its own set of abs. Look at that. He got a six-pack in the back. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. But he was outrageously shredded in the anime. So I will say this. If you look up close, he does look really squat. Like, his neck is non-existent. But this is how he came in the box. This is how he came in the box. If you look at the actual box itself, if you look at some of these pictures, I feel like his neck is longer. Even in this picture right here, which is the default face, he has a neck. So I'm not quite sure what happened here. So what I think, well, I say that and then I'm about to tell you what I think is happening. What I think is happening here, even his front piece, he clearly has a neck. So what I think is happening here is they have his head, like, if it's too squished down. If you pull it up a little bit on that ball peg, it will look a lot better. As you can see, that looks a lot better. So just raise his head up on that ball peg a little bit, and you can get a resemblance of what his neck should be. But yeah, his trunks are, the little undies here are squishy, even though his butt is hard as a rock. His chest is also very squishy. Typical Storm Collectibles, soft rubber material for the chest, nothing new there. But yeah, that is it for the aesthetics. He looks freaking fantastic. It's not much to him. I forgot to show the toesies here. His feet are gigantic. I will say that. His feet are absolutely enormous. But I don't remember his feet looking that big in the anime, but he is a very big dude, so he would have some very big feet, but in proportion with the actual figure size, I feel like these are a tad bit big. I don't know, you tell me. I think they're a little bit big. But anyway, that is it for aesthetics. Let's get on to accessories. So for accessories, he comes with a plethora of hands. As you can see, we have some open hands here. I guess you can call these karate chop hands, but the hands are very, very detailed. And they are typically your soft plastic that Storm usually goes with. But yeah, those are done very nicely. Then we have another set of just wide open hands. I believe these are for a particular stance. There might be some different ones. But yeah, just another set of open hands. Then he has another set of open hands. Now, I think this is for the pose on the back of the box. This one in particular here, I think that's what these are for. But he comes with another set of open hands. Then he comes with another set of open hands. For a guy that fights a lot, he sure does have his hands open a lot. I guess he'd just be smacking cats. Then we have another set of open hands. This might be the hands for the pose on the back of the box. I don't remember. But yeah, all the hands are done very nicely, but they are a variation of open hands. And this is the only other pair of hands that he has that aren't open, other than the fist hands that came on him in the box. But he has two pointing fingers, and the nails are on there very nicely. Then he comes with a pair of bare feet. So that's good. I will say this, you will want to loosen this joint up. I would suggest heating it up in some water to heat this up to get your ankle rocker out of this ball hinge, because it is very, very, very tight. And I am afraid personally to break that. So I would heat these up, or if you have like some lube that you can stick down in there to loosen that up, I would suggest that before you start posing him around. Then we get to the crown jewel of accessories. Here, actually, no, before we do that, I want to say he does. So when I showed you his box, it looks empty, there's no background in there. That's because I took the background out. Because you can take it out, and he does come with his clothing, which it is cloth clothing. I will eventually pose him in this, at least with the pants and with the pants on, but for right now, I'm going to leave it on this card back. That's part of the insert of the box. But yeah, he comes with that. I don't think there's any bendy wire. I couldn't feel any bendy wire in there. It does have like cardboard inserts to keep the shape of the clothing, so I don't think there's any bendy wire in his clothing. Now we get to the crown jewels of his accessories, which are his absolutely ridiculous yet amazing faces. So first we get this awesome grinning face. Look at this ridiculous face. But it is him all the way. You see he has like a little smirk, almost like he has like the little upper lip, that little lip up a little bit. The detailing in this face, and all the faces really, are absolutely fantastic. The shading in the hair, these are also soft, which all hair should be like in every figure company. I'm sure you guys have heard me say that before. His eyebrows look fantastic. They are perfectly painted. You can see the gums in his teeth. He has more muscles in his freaking jaw than most people have in their entire body. He just has no fat. But yeah, that is the nice grinning face. And he has another kind of pissed off face. And then in this one, you can see all the veins popping out of his head. He probably really wants to whoop Baki's ass, or he want to whoop somebody's ass. Somebody that pissed him off. But again, the musculature in the face, the hair with the red hair with the shading, all of it looks fantastic. You can see the gums, the whites of his eyes. The lines kind of went off a little bit in his eyebrows, but I can chop that up. I can just say that's like the hairy part of it. Like his eyebrows are hairy, But yeah, he looks good. That face looks good. Then we got the absolute nutty face. And this is wild. This is absolutely wild. So that's when he is just, he is just absolutely enjoying himself, and he is just Somebody actually challenged him, and he's like, okay, now the demon's about to come out. Yeah, he looks fantastic. The open mouth, the eyes, everything looks so on point to the anime. But yeah, his faces are absolutely fantastic. And then obviously we have the standard face that he comes with in the box. I'll go ahead and just pull it off. And he's a handsome guy. You know what I mean? When he's not nuts and ready to fight, he's a relatively handsome guy. He got the slick back, you know. It looked like he's about to be a little diplomatic. Yeah, you know, he still got the muscular ass jawline. But other than that, he looked like he about to do some politicking here. So, Yujiro's a good looking cat. No wonder all the ladies want him. Other than him being the strongest being in the world. So yeah, that is it for accessories. Let's get on to articulation. Okay, now for articulation. So his head can go down. So there's a double ball peg, typical Storm Collectibles ball peg here, that can move a double ball peg, I should say, that can move all around. So you're going to get a lot of movement out of that head. Not to mention that it can swivel and rotate around the ball peg itself. So it can look up. If we activate the neck, it can look up about that far. Now I have his head all the way down, so that his articulation in his head will change if you lift it up off that ball a little bit, just to give him a little bit more neck. And you know, you can have him looking like that, but he can look down, and this joint is tight. You look down that far, you can get a full rotation if you want to. He does get the nice side to side, and you can move that neck joint all over the place. So that head movement is very, very good. As far as the shoulders, his shoulders can go up a very good amount. Let's get him back a little bit here. He can go past parallel, like so. Bicep swivel. He can rotate all the way around. He has over 90 degrees on that elbow. He has your typical ball hinge wrists, so you can adjust those as necessary. Now in his chest, it's lacking a little bit in his torso articulation. He can arch back that far without using this bottom joint, which is relatively decent. But moving forward just isn't there. There's no reason for it not to have been there. This is just a soft piece. So he can only lean forward that much, unfortunately. Now, when you activate this waist joint, then he can go back really far. Well, not really far, but a decent amount further back. And a decent amount forward, but still not a whole lot. Now, I don't know if maybe just my joints are stuck, but that's as far as I can get him without feeling I'm going to break him. He can go side to side on that upper torso joint. It does twist. And then he can go side to side, obviously, on that waist joint. So with that waist joint, you get a lot of movement out of. Now, you did see some gappiness, but if you put on his pants, that'll essentially eliminate that gappiness. So just put his pants on. This crotch area is a soft piece. At least in the back, it's soft. Believe it or not, this is hard. I don't know why I just jabbing him in the dick. Unfortunately, it's hard. I don't know which other way to say it. It's hard right there. I don't know why they made it hard right there, okay? I didn't make the goddamn figure. All right, his leg can go up this far, which I feel is a little limited for Yujiro Hanma. He definitely should be able, technically, he could basically touch the top of his head with his leg, but again, we are operating in a three-dimensional world, so they probably couldn't do it with how muscular he is and just the nature of how he's built. He does get past 90 degrees on the knee. There is a squeaky thigh swivel, which this one on this side is stuck. Let's look at this one. That was a little bit more receptive. So yeah, you do get the swivel there at the joint. Like I told you about his bare feet, that applies for his the feet with the shoes on. It can go up that far, down that far, which is a good amount. Now, but when it comes to getting that ankle rocker, you can get it. I will suggest heating that joint up though, because you do not want to break this dude, because you will not be able to find another one. And then he has a nice stiff toe joint. Unfortunately, it doesn't flow all the way through, but it is fairly tight, so it's not too tight and it's not loose. So you should be able to get some posing out of it. I forgot to do this. He can do this though. Full on, absolute full on splits. Slightly not right all the way on, but Yujiro Hanma should definitely be able to do the split. So he can, and that's good. That's really all you need. But that is it for articulation. And so let's get a couple of comparisons out and we can drop out of this video. All right, so here he is next to his son, Baki. And really, is there any other comparison that you need to make? I mean, this is it. This is the comparison. I'll do one more just for the hell of it, but this is really the only reason that you should be buying him, to be honest with you. You should, if you don't have Baki, then why the hell are you getting him? Unless you're just a Yujiro Hanma stan, and which, if that's the case, then you got issues, all right? But here he is next to Baki, and they look damn good together. I think the scaling is, for the most part, fine. Baki has some lint in his hair. I think the scaling is fine. I will say that Baki is probably too tall, or Yujiro is too short, because I would say, I don't know. I can't say, because I don't remember. I think he did come up to it like his chest or something like this. Maybe the scaling is correct. Maybe the scaling is fine here. Maybe this is pretty smart. This is pretty spot on. But there he is next to Baki. And last but not least, here he is next to a Bandai. I forget what this line is called. Bandai something. So it was supposed to be an upgrade from the SH Figure Arts and stuff. But anyway, here he is with Goku. And I think they would fight together pretty well. I personally think Goku would take him. He can shoot beams and shit out of his hands and turn into an ape and all different types of shit. So I think Goku would probably take him. But anyway, that is it for comparisons. All right, so for some closing statements, should you get this guy? Absolutely, especially if you have Baki. If you don't have Baki, then you fucked up. You fucked up. Stop collecting. You're an asshole. Go kill yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, if you were able to get your hands on him, that's good. I mean, he's a damn good figure even by himself. But obviously he complements Baki from Baki the Grappler. I mean, the whole anime is named after his son. So this would be the best setup here, obviously. But so it's a no-brainer if you have Baki, right? But he's a fantastic figure nonetheless. He is, for the most part, your typical Storm Collectibles fare. They're really good. They're really good figures. I used to have a lot of them. I sold them. So right now, all I have is Baki and him. So I'm kind of slowing down on the Storm Collectibles. But he's a fantastic figure, and he definitely should be picked up. I don't have any issues with any of his articulation. His aesthetic is fantastic. His extremely over-exaggerated proportions are spot on to the anime. So yeah, he is fantastic. But other than that, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.